Bob Pompeani, Chris Mueller, back at your service. We're joining Carl now, who joins us on the hotline from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. What's up, Carl?
Hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, I just wondering, since the Steelers likely ain't going to get a quarterback and they're not going to take Pickett, where do you think Kenny Pickett's going to end up at? What team's going to take him where he fits real good?
I still think it's going to go to Carolina, although I see different reports about where that may end up. New Orleans didn't they just sign Andy Dalton, Chris? Now to go with Jameis Winston?
Yeah, I don't think New Orleans would be the destination for Pickett just because I have a gut feeling that he's going to be gone before then. We always we laugh about are Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert putting out smoke screens, or are they just being brutally honest and not trying to hide how they feel? That's one of those major talking points this time of year. I think the Carolina Panthers are being pretty straightforward when they appear incredibly interested in Kenny Pickett. When Matt Rule is standing there, might as well have had binoculars from 2 feet away to watch his pro day. I think Carolina at 6 is still, maybe I'll be proven very stupid and very wrong here, and they'll take Willis or they'll just ignore Pickett altogether, but it feels predestined that he ends up in Carolina, owned by a Pittsburgh guy, David Tepper.
No question. If I was going to place a bet on FanDuel Sportsbook, which powers this show, it would be on that he'd end up in Carolina. Let's go to Dee in Huntington. Dee, how you doing?
Yes, I was just wondering, I haven't heard anything about Fitzpatrick getting a deal or anything. Are they talking to him?
Yes, but nothing's happening so far. It's a big deal. And that's going to be the thing, Chris. How much will it cost? And I think maybe that impacts why there is a delay. If they're interested in Matthew, this could be why.
I don't know. Maybe you might know more than I do, Bob, some quiet chatter here about this, but I always assume that when they like a guy to this degree, and I think it's obvious Tomlin loves Fitzpatrick, even though maybe the splash plays haven't been there in big enough supply lately because they've thrown away from them, teams have. I think they're going to get a deal done, and I think Omar Khan, if he's still around, which it appears like he will be, I think, is going to be the guy who gets it all done and makes it work financially for them. So if I were telling Steelers fans anything about Minka, it would be to not sweat it too much and worry about that because it just feels like it's going to get done.
Yeah, I think it will, and it's just a matter of when and how much. Real quick, we only have time to talk about the Final Four. Duke, North Carolina, Blue Bloods going at it. I fully expect Duke to prevail in this one. This is the game a lot of people are talking about. Kansas, I think, if they're playing their game, they're going to beat Villanova. But your take on North Carolina, can they do it twice to Mike Krzyzewski on what appears to be some sort of destiny trip here?
Oh, please, please, do I hope so. Please, yeah. Yes, I really do hope that they beat them. I've never really had a major issue with Carolina basketball, even though they're a blue blood. They're borderline likable. By the way, I think Kansas, if Villanova's best player, Bob, wasn't hurt, I think that would be a very competitive game and still might be. Can Carolina do this again to Krzyzewski? I'm going to say yes on a controversial late call that goes against Duke, as the gods intended.
Wow, that would be interesting. You'll see it all this weekend. The Final Four is set. We're out of time. Chris, thank you as always. Appreciate that. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 10:35. Thanks for joining us nightly on the Nightly Sports Call. We'll see you.